Have you ever had a day where nothing went wrong and you got a lot done? Well, today's the day.
It's about time.
Got a lot of small projects that we're going to be knocking out this week, so I think it'll bring some decent videos for you guys. So always have to check the weather. It's supposed to be 20 to 30% chance of showers for like the next 3 days. And that usually means you get pretty decent amount of sun. Now, some nasty clouds there towards the back, but I don't think it's going to be any major rain over the next 3 days, or at least I'm hoping so. And the reason for that is we're getting ready to do some painting projects. So what Senior's doing now is I bought a couple different grits of sandpaper, and he's going through and just getting off all the surface rust. And you know, this all had the rust inhibitor on it and then a good coat of paint. Guys, it doesn't matter. For those of you who have been in the Philippines for any length of time, it's just with the tropical weather and, you know, maybe even the salt air from the ocean, and you know, the rain and the sun and the rain and the sun and the heat, humidity. It's just tough on metal. That's why most houses are built of concrete, because concrete can withstand all those elements. So he's going through and just roughing everything up. We're trying something different, because just to put the same old paint on here, it's going to last a year, right? That's about 1 year. So we're trying a different product. We'll see how it works. We'll see if I paint it today or tomorrow. I'm going to have to keep an eye on the weather, because obviously we don't want to paint it and then get a heavy downpour. So we're prepping it. He's doing the inside now, and then later in the day he'll do the outside, get it ready to go. Don't want to leave the exposed metal to elements for too long, so either this afternoon or tomorrow we'll get a new coat of paint with a new product. All right, Wilma and I have been busy this morning. We'll just show you a few things. What are you doing? Sweeping. So once again, this is a lifesaver. I said to Wilma, as soon as this breaks, when this breaks, I'm going right to the store and buying another one, because power washer here is just awesome to have. So we cleaned the tracks out real good with the dust and dirt, and we cleaned the screens. So look, that's new. That hasn't been up in months. So we got that screen on this morning. We put those screens on a couple weeks ago. And then same thing here. Clean the screen for the spare bedroom. Clean the tracks out real good. So got that done. While we're at it, we touched up our little bench. These benches are going in the carport, and then we're going to get a proper outside furniture, like a plastic wicker with cushions for here. So that'll be soon. So this is Disco's project. And where is Disco? Okay, so he's down there. He's cleaning out, because he finished with one color and he's getting ready to go to the next color. So we went to City Hardware yesterday and, you know, bought some paint and some supplies. The good news is we had a lot of the paint still here. So you guys remember this got raised up to be 11 foot all the way around. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So it was all raw concrete, the top portion. So got a couple coats, got that done today. Now he'll switch over to the white, and he'll do the columns in white. He'll do that mid-morning. And then while he's at it, I bought some different paint. Not crazy about this paint, so I bought a different type. It's still white, so he's going to go ahead and paint this side of the house. Won't take long. Take a look at the overhangs here. Look at that. That's just from rain. We're in the tropics. So I sprayed it and scrubbed it real good. Sprayed it with Clorox. Let it sit. And then we're going to paint over it. So I guess we should primer it. But we're going to go ahead and paint this side of the house. Won't take too long. But definitely looks better being painted. So he'll get all this done today. And we are getting a proper gutter because take a look. See the gutter? It goes off to our neighbors. No good. They said they don't have a problem with it, but obviously Wilma and I do. So we already got a price. So we're going to pick up the new gutter, just a section of proper gutter. And this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a whole video on adding a second tank because it was a dilemma. And I'll go through that. But just briefly, what I want to do is the drought scared me this year. The 4 months with no rain, and that's why there's a second tank. This is 1,500 liters. Now we have 3,000 liters. You know, if we be careful with our water, this is maybe a week's worth of water. So now we have 2 weeks worth of water. Then we have a whole pool full that we could always pump up. So what we're going to do is off of this gutter, take a look at that spider. I don't know, can you see that spider? There's a nasty looking spider. So I'm going to do a downspout, a 3-inch downspout. Longtime viewers know buried in there is a 3-inch pipe that actually works very well. All the rainwater drains here and goes right out. No rainwater comes up here. And that drain will pick up the water and it goes all the way out to where Disco is cleaning. See Disco out there? Past him by the rock wall is where the 3-inch pipe exhaust goes downhill pretty good pace. So I've seen it many times where water's coming out of there. So it definitely works. So what we're going to do is just a simple downspout. It's going to come down here and exhaust right there. So this area, call it the utility room roof, is 3 meters by 5 meters. Not a huge area, but it does catch rainwater. So I do not want to put rainwater as a regular business in these tanks. I want the municipal water, which is right here, comes up with the municipal pressure and fills the tank. Both tanks will be hooked up and they will equalize. That's the pressure pump going off, filling up the pressure tank because Disco is cleaning all the brushes. So what we're going to do is I'm going to have downspout 3-inch. I'm going to put a T in it. And I'm going to have a 3-inch pipe come here, turn, and go into this tank. And we'll drill a hole and we'll have it go in. And we're going to have a valve here in the off position. And rainwater will just bypass and go straight down. And then we'll have to have a valve on the underside of the T as well. So if we ever get to a position where the municipal water stops, and we went through a pretty bad drought, 4 months, water flowed, but you never know what the future is going to hold. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it all set up. So buying the new gutter makes sense. And having 2 valves where the valve will be open to exhaust it there year round, but another valve here to stop any rainwater from going in. And then if we get to the point where we run out of water, that I can shut the valve on the bottom, open this valve, and if we get any rain. Now, if you're in the middle of a drought, you're not going to get any rain. But if you do get some rain, all that water from the roof will make its way into here. So it's just another layer of security trying to catch rainwater. A very simple, cost-effective way to do it. So we're going to go ahead and do that over the next couple weeks as well. Again, I do not want rainwater in here, only in emergencies. That's why there's going to be a valve not to allow it to go in. Because if there's a drought, there's no rain anyway. So will I ever use it? Probably not. But it's better to be prepared and have it just in case. Hey, baby, I have a question for you. Here's the question. What is that on the tip of your nose? What is that, baby? I think that's a piece of your dog food. You don't see that? Your nose is so far out and ahead of you. Hey, Prince, sit. All right, so what's... Okay, I'll shake. But I want to know why you got dog food on the tip of your nose and you don't even know it. All right, we got our first delivery for our projects. Remember, we're going up higher with the wall. And then we're also doing flower beds out there in front of the wall. So we use the company down in Darwin called Lucky. And we've been using them for a long time. What we like about them is, one, we know them. They're fair with their prices. But what's really nice is they deliver right away. We were down there at 9 a.m. this morning. It's 11:30, 2.5 hours later, and our delivery's already here. And that probably takes this truck loaded a half hour to get up the mountain. So what we're doing is ordering just enough. So it's going to be 2 deliveries. So the first delivery is 100 hollow block, 10 bags of cement, which the guy said we need 6, so I bought 10. 2 cubic meters of sand. And it looks pretty quality. I don't see any stone in it. So that's good. Yeah, very good. That's real fine sand. That's what we want, because we're going to be doing some rendering. And I also bought, they said they needed 4 pieces, 20 foot long, of 12 millimeter. So that's a pretty good size. Some fences are done with 10, some with 12. So we did 12. So we're going to go ahead with 12 as well. So they wanted 4. I bought 5 pieces that are 20 feet long, just to make sure we have enough. Because and I bought the bit. And Wilma and I are out here. See the difference between here and here? It's been raining a little bit, so we're sealing this in between videos, just trying to keep busy. This is all done. So the bit's here somewhere. So what we want to do, 12 millimeter concrete bit. What we'll be doing is drilling down 3 or 4 inches to the wall, and then driving down like every couple of feet the rebar for the vertical. And then we'll, with a hammer, I have a 5-pound maul, drive the rebar into the concrete. And then what we'll also do with the long 20-inch pieces is, as we lay the hollow block up, we're going to go 2 up and do a cross horizontal, and we bought some tie wire. And then here I think we need 2 pieces. At 2, they normally do 3. At 2 courses we're going to do rebar, and then at 2 more courses we're going to do another thing of rebar, just to tie it all together. So this will be a nice closed-in area. It'll now be 11 foot like it is here. So we're going to do these projects, these hollow block projects, in 2 pieces, and then we'll order another, I believe 2 cubics, and we didn't figure out how many hollow blocks we need for the flower beds, because we're only going 3 high out front. Well, we're going to wait with that because it's going to take them a couple of days to knock this out, and we don't want the rebar and the hollow block just sitting out, so we're going to do it in 2 pieces. And there's no delivery. They don't charge us for delivery. It's all baked into the price. Hollow block is only 15 pesos. The concrete was 200 pesos a bag, and we got 10 bags. And then the sand is 1,000 pesos a cubic, right? Yeah. So it's 2 cubics here, so 2,000 pesos. So I'm going to do an in-depth, which I've already did the preliminary numbers. I think this is going to be interesting for you guys. I had just a local engineer, word of mouth, come up and give me a quote for doing the ceiling and doing this wall. I asked for 2 separate quotes. And then I had a second guy, again, just a small business, give me a quote for the wall. And I'm going to explain to you what their quote was and then what it's going to cost me just to buy the supplies myself, and just pay our guys, Senior and Disco, the labor is staggering. Absolutely staggering, the markup. So again, call it the foreigner price or just plain markup. It's definitely, if it's a project that you can supervise yourself, know what to buy, have some good guys that can tell you how much you need. They say we only need 70 blocks. I bought 100, so 30 extra. So I always buy a little extra, just so we don't have to go back down and get more. Plus whatever is left over, that's less we're gonna have to buy for the flower beds. So projects are keep moving along. Back here's done. Got it completed. So all been freshly painted all the way down. Cleaned up all that mold that was up there. And got it completed. Got 1 sack of sand left. And here's my antenna for cell phone booster. I got to get that installed. But we got it painted, all freshened up, ready to go. Today it just seems like everything was clicking. We've had some rain showers, but everything that seems to be moving in the right direction. I hope you guys liked the interview with the owner, Ruben, of Alpha Solar. He's a real good guy, and the reason why I mention that is we've had a brownout since 2 a.m. It's 2:30 p.m., so that's 24 and a half hours. The electric has been out in this area, but not us because of solar. Our battery's at 100%, and we're just rocking. Even with clouds like this, it really doesn't bother it. You see how you can just see that the sky has a little bit of brightness? I mean, we're making, what are we making, about 1,800? Yeah. About 1,800 watts we're making with clouds like this. So pretty amazing. With the pool pump on, we're probably using 1,400 watts in the house. So we're still banking, even though it's cloudy. So gate's done. Was able to get that completed. So that's good. The good news is it's done. The bad news is Prince has christened it. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4 times already. Just can't help it. But definitely got a nice coat of paint both sides. So now we're ready to install the gate opener. A little bit of residue there to clean up. Like I said, it's 2:30, so we have some time. We're even able to start doing some columns here. Remember the 7 columns, 7 lights, 7 stones? We got 3 columns touched up, and then it started to rain. So I told the guys, let's go in the carport and let's just do some busy work. We've had, how many cans of paint? We had like half full, probably 6 at least, right? Quite a few cans of paint that were half full. So I said, let's use them all up. So that's what we've been doing. So we got Disco here going through, and what he's doing is, you probably saw during the installation of the tile where some mortar mix gets up on the paint, especially when the house is white. But just going through, that's the same paint. We had about 3 cans of that, all about half full. So it's the same paint that we used when we painted the house. So they're just using it up, just making it look good. It's all dirty behind here. So what we did about an hour ago is cleaned up back here, got that done. We're gonna let that dry, and it's already dry, but we're gonna let it go to their break. Then we'll move all the mess over to here, and then we'll be able to paint this side. While we're at it, we said to Senior, why not just go through and clean the poles up, put another coat of paint. See, just busy work today. That's what we're trying to accomplish. I did buy a gallon of paint. It's right here. I think I showed it on an earlier video. It's a rubber-based product, velvet gray, so very similar to this, a little darker. And it actually says on the can, it's for concrete for driveways. So I'm going to give it a shot. So we're going to do one coat and see how it works out. And then if I like it, I'll do a second coat. Wilma and I also sealed this entirety of this back here. So the tile has been sealed here. And in between things, like I said, it was just one of those days. Got so much done. Seal this all the way to the steps. So what is that, 1/3? Also, take a look. Remember how horrible this looked? And it was our lucky day because I found 2 gallons of this. It was about 1.75 gallons.
We still have plenty left.
Yeah, the gallon we didn't even open, and 3/4 of a gallon we were able to do here. I mean, just came out really nice. We just said, why not? We'll just instead of touch-ups, we'll just paint it all. So we came in here with some sandpaper, came all the way across, got it done. So not bad for like 6 hours work. We really just got lucky today. And we moved that. That was over here, grew wild. It was in the way. And Prince never touched it. We put it here. Within a half hour, Prince was mushing around here and fell in and broke it. So we'll see if it comes back or not. We did the screens earlier today, washed them and put them in place. I mean, we just hit a home run today. So we're going to take the rest of the afternoon off. Tomorrow we have lunch at a friend's house, right?
Yes.
So the guys will be off tomorrow, and then they'll be back bright and early on Thursday. And that's what we're going to start. We're going to start the wall, get that knocked out, and then once that's completed, we'll be exclusive in the dirty kitchen. Unless you want your flower beds done first out there. Kitchen first? Okay. So the boss has spoken. So we're going to raise the wall up here, then dirty kitchen, hot and heavy, and then we'll finish the projects for the year with the flower beds and the electric gate opener, and then we're going on vacation.
Yes, we need vacation.
No more projects. So these guys are awesome. They really are. Senior and Disco, just such great workers. I just give them direction in the morning. Once in a while we change them up, stop what you're doing, switch over to here, no problem at all. One day they came at 8:10, 10 minutes late. You know what they did? Automatically didn't say anything. They skipped their first break, their first 15-minute break. And when Wilma said to them, why did you skip your break? They said, oh, well, we're a little late, so we want to make sure that we work the full 8 hours. And they did that on their own. Isn't that amazing? So very happy with these guys, doing a real nice job. We're going to get all these projects done in the next couple of weeks. It's probably going to take a couple of weeks in the dirty kitchen with the ceiling and the floor. And Wilma wants to paint that in there. You said you want to paint it gloss white, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to go get a better quality paint. Probably Island paint. And do
pretty good.
Island's a good paint, yeah. The stuff that we're using for the house, that Seasons paint, I guess hopefully nobody has stock in this company. Hey, Disco, let me see that can. Don't buy that stuff. Seasons latex, it comes in flat, comes in gloss, comes in semi-gloss. Don't buy it. It's very thin. As Disco says, it's barato.
Barato.
Right? Is that what you say? Barato?
Barato.
Barato means cheap paint. And then I was painting alongside of him, and as I was using it, he was saying, too big.
Yes, like water.
He said watery. So we were having some fun with that.
Yeah.
So there you're at, guys. That's the update for today. We had a real good, productive day. Feel good about it. And we'll talk to you guys later.